Here we go.
Yes, people, what's going on? Declan Rice is in the building, and of course, we just finished up from Never a Foul, so shout out to all the boys over there, Daps, Kaz, and all the other guys that were with us on the stream. Now, welcome to everyone who's just joined over from that stream. We got a lot to talk about today. There's a lot of random news going around with Arsenal and transfers. It still hasn't settled down. Even though we've signed Declan Rice, it seems like the next step is outgoing signings, and Thomas Partey might actually be the first signing to head out the door after Declan Rice comes in. And I'm just quite concerned. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Let me know where you guys stand, if we should be moving out Thomas Partey. And happy Sunday, everyone, because of course we just got the signing of Declan Rice over the line. Everyone's still excited, but guess what? Immediately when you make a signing like that, you spend that type of money. We have players and people putting down crazy comparisons like, of course, Kaz making the comparison earlier of Paulinho. We got people making the comparisons of Enzo Fernandez. There's so many things that we can talk about. But of course, if you guys want, I'll also put out the link so you guys can join the stream at the end of the stream. But let me just run through some of the topics today that we need to discuss before we go any further. Yesterday, we also spoke about Paulinho. Paulinho's in my head now. We also spoke about, Balogun. So we're going to get into all of that. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And of course, you can also become a channel member. As you guys know, that we do have channel memberships and they're not that expensive. It's only £1. But first, let's get into the Declan Rice stuff. How excited are you guys, honestly? We've got Declan Rice through the door. Everything seems to be settling in. We got Timber, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and I'm just happy that we've gotten in all three of the guys that we wanted. And this transfer window is already starting off so well. Like, when was the last time you've seen us get all three of our three major signings in? And look at this. This is actually funny. I've never seen this before. So 29 plus 12 equals 41. That is a funny little message there. But I'm excited, honestly. I think all three of them are going to bring different qualities to us, and it allows the flexibility going forward. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. I can see men saying Arteta in all day. What are we talking about? Why are we talking about Arteta out? Big up Z in the house. Big up my guy here. What's good? I'm good, fam. Everything's blessed. Rivals love to cry. Declan Rice is good. Yep, Declan Rice is in the building. Declan Rice Senior in the house. Where's the panel? There's no panel today. It's just going to be me. We're just going to run through some of the stuff. And of course, if you guys want to say any questions or anything, let me know. Back to back this Sunday. Yeah, man, I'm going 3 streams in a row. After this, I'm going on Saeed's channel, so you can check us out over there. Also, big up everyone over here. Big up Egal. You rattled them just now. I had to. Transfer window, trouble incoming, 100%. Carefree in the building. Big up to you. You getting the away kit? No, I am not getting the away kit. The away kit is hideous. Egal, you never. I would never lost my head on Never a Foul stream. These mans are clearly rattled. Yeah, man, it is what it is. Inter Milan want Balogun. We're gonna talk about Inter Milan wanting Balogun. It's a fan base making the comparisons. Yeah, it's definitely the fan base is making the comparison. Declan Rice is better than Patino. The media, the worst is ESPN. Yeah, ESPN also makes these crazy comparisons, and everything about these comparisons are just nuts. But let's go into some of these stuff. Let's just go into some of the stuff right now, just to show you guys some of the stuff that's going on. Because of course, this morning the first thing that I seen was the Balogun stuff. So I'm gonna just type this in right here, so you can see people saying Balogun over Lukaku. You got Inter Milan reports from Fabrizio Romano saying that Arsenal, the Inter Milan are asking for the final conditions over Balogun's deal next week. Balogun is open to a permanent move, and Arsenal expect to request important fee for the American. Balogun is part of the list after the Lukaku deal fell off. Of course, they also have some other people also on the list, but Balogun could end up at that club. And of course, there's some other reports here that Arsenal could potentially sell him for 40 to 45 million pounds. Now, if you guys watch the show for long enough, you know my feelings about Balogun. You know how I feel about Balogun. Personally, for me, I've always said that we should try to sell Balogun and get some money in. But this is my question to you guys. I seen this tweet yesterday from my boy Curran, and he made a really good point. His point was about what Balogun sell could mean for the Thomas Partey replacement if we were to sell both Thomas Partey and Balogun. So let me just show you guys what I'm talking about right here. So this is the situation. In the case that we are able to sell we sell Balogun and Partey, we can go for a top midfielder like Tchouaméni or Caicedo. Option B, if we sell Eddie and we keep Balogun and Partey, we buy a cheap midfielder instead of what do you call it, selling Partey. What? Buy a cheap midfielder like Lavia to integrate the takeover for Partey. I think a lot of people would take the C option over here because a lot of you guys rate Partey so highly. But personally, for me, I would sell Balogun and Partey and go for a Caicedo or a Tchouaméni. But the likelihood of us getting Tchouaméni and Caicedo is still very low. So at this moment in time, it's all just dreams and conversations that we have amongst ourselves. But there's no real legitimate reports at this moment in time that we're going to get that guy over the line. But what there is reports about is potential Thomas Partey leaving, and Thomas Partey leaving is getting more and more likely because, of course, Arsenal are back on the Romeo Lavia case when Thomas Partey's transfer to Saudi Arabia is completed. Reports are that Thomas Partey could be headed to Saudi Arabia, and this could be done very, very soon. As earlier today, I seen a report from, I forget who it's from, but I seen it on AFTV's thing where they're talking about Thomas Partey potentially could be leaving this just today. Like they're talking about it today that Thomas Partey could be headed to Saudi Arabia. Now, if Thomas Partey does leave to Saudi Arabia, this will cause a cause and effect where we need to go and get a replacement immediately. Who that replacement will be, it will most likely be a Lavia or somebody like that. We're just going to have to wait and see where things fly and where things go. But my question to you guys is if Thomas Partey leaves, do you want to go back in for Caicedo, or do you think Lavia is enough? Because this is where situations are going to go. Because apparently he has agreed. He has agreed to the move. This is what's being reported at this moment in time, that Thomas Partey has agreed to the move to go to Saudi Arabia from Football LL5 over there in Saudi. Reports that he has agreed to the move, and this is where things lie right now. If Thomas Partey has officially agreed to the move, we're going to now need to go and get a replacement. That replacement is being linked and reported that replacement is going to be Lavia. Now, the reason why they're saying Lavia is going to be that replacement, we have already agreed personal terms with Romeo Lavia. And Ben Jacobs here reporting that Arsenal could enter the race for Romeo Lavia if Thomas Partey leaves. As previously reported, nothing on Tchouaméni links at this moment in time. Lavia remains a real possibility for Liverpool and is admired by Chelsea, but Lavia is far less. But suitors want a value far less than the £50 million that Southampton currently want. Now, I'm just going to ask you guys this. Big up everyone in the comment section. Inter want Balogun now. Yes, they do. The fans are making the comparisons. Rattled by bottle jobs. Okay. Man United fans are not having it. They're not having it that they're rattled. People saying don't sell. I'm assuming that's Partey. But if we were to sell Thomas Partey, do you guys believe Romeo Lavia can do the job as an interim? Or how do you guys view this whole situation? People saying option one. Okay. People saying option one. People like option one over anything else. That's interesting. Big up my guy here. Football Bands channel in the chat. Egal landing the minerals. What is this? Johnny Mineral FC. Man goes, Mason Mount. That's all he does. Big up Johnny, man. Johnny's funny. Not right now. Future though, definitely yes. It's honestly it's an interesting conversation because there's so much that could be said about how we're planning planning to do things. But it's a situation where if it's a possibility that we can get rid of Balogun and Partey and get a quality player in return, that would make more sense because Caicedo is still an option. Now, it's a very unlikely option because Chelsea are so ahead of us on the Caicedo on the Caicedo front. Let me just what happened here? Let me just go here and let me show you guys what's going on here. So there was something here that I wanted to show you guys. Where is it? Here it is. So reports that Thomas Partey has agreed with 2 clubs that are interested in him, Al Nassr, who have a transfer ban, and Hadid, and of course Al Hilal also are interested in him heavily. So he could end up at any Saudi Arabian club. Now, my head hurts because we just got Declan Rice in through the door, and it's a situation where people are now very negative and toxic about the whole Thomas Partey leaving. I just want to know. I'm going to do a poll right now. If we sell Thomas Partey, are you going to be worried or are you going to be okay with it? Because it's a situation where it looks like Declan Rice leaving, Declan Rice coming in was part of the plan to shift away from Thomas Partey, because maybe Thomas Partey was not as reliable as we wanted. So it's going to just be a sell or keep. I really need to know if you guys want to sell or keep Thomas Partey, because at this moment in time, I understand why they want to sell him. I personally did not want to sell both Thomas Partey and Xhaka in the same window. I think it's very risky, but the club seems to be willing to make that risk at this moment in time. My gut feeling tells me that we should keep Thomas Partey, try to win a trophy this season with Thomas Partey, and then get rid of him next season. But if there's an opportunity to cash in this window and get younger in midfield, that is probably what Arsenal wants to do. So do you sell or do you keep Thomas Partey? Let me know in the comment section. 78% of you already saying keep. A bunch of you guys saying sell. We also do have, you guys need to make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. The like button is right here. You can see right there, there's a like button right there. Make sure you like the video and just hit that like button when you're watching the video. It helps the channel out so much, and you guys don't understand. Now, the reason why I'm worried about Thomas Partey potentially leaving is because if Thomas Partey does leave, do we go and get a player like Caicedo? Do we get a player of Caicedo's level, quality to add to this squad? Or do we go and get a Lavia? Because that's the situation at this moment in time. It's reported that the Gunners are not completely given up on the signing of Caicedo, and any deal where Thomas Partey leaves to Saudi Arabia, no agreement between Chelsea yet. And it could be a situation where we could still go in for Caicedo. Caicedo also has interest from Liverpool, Manchester United, and Arsenal. Now, Brighton are going to be difficult to deal with. Is it possible where we can get 200 million plus players in one transfer window? I honestly don't believe that is a realistic possibility. I really don't think it's a realistic possibility. People saying AFTV is embarrassing. I actually liked Cecil's little dance. You guys thought AFTV was embarrassing. I liked it. I don't know why. I thought that was funny as hell. I thought it was funny. Did you guys see what he's talking about? There was a bunch of, here it is. Let me show you. So AFTV did this thing where they did a Declan Rice introduction, and Cecil was kind of just dancing, and they were doing this. They were doing the Rice Baby where they're dancing and they're just showing some moves off. But I really didn't care. I was more excited about the signing than I was about any of that. And Arsenal's announcement video, I thought Arsenal's announcement video was really good also. They did a good job actually doing a good announcement video for once, where they had Declan Rice coming out to his Declan Rice music, the Ghanaian singer. But I think this is definitely a statement signing, and I'm very excited about the signing. Edu and Mikel Arteta, of course, delivering on the signing. And it's like, rivals can just eat it up, because they're gonna I'm seeing Scott McTominay comparisons. I'm seeing comparisons to all these different players, and I'm like, you know what, you guys do what you got to do. We got our player, and I'm happy. I'm gassed. But yeah, going on to this. Yesterday also, I got a lot of Chelsea fans triggered off this. Ivan Toney to Chelsea was trending yesterday. My question to you guys is, would you guys sell? Big up my guy here. If Thomas Partey goes, we must get an equal replacement. I don't think we're gonna get an equal replacement. I really do believe that they view Thomas Partey. They might view Declan Rice as the Thomas Partey replacement, and anybody we get underneath him would be technically another just a younger midfielder who could potentially get into that level. I think they view Declan Rice as the Thomas Partey replacement. We might have already bought in the Thomas Partey replacement, but you guys are saying Thomas Partey leaves, you want Caicedo. Who do you want? Big up for the super chat though. Honestly, really do appreciate the super chat. Exactly. We need a clinical striker. People talking about striker. We're not going to get a striker right now. When is Arsenal going to America? Arsenal's going to America for the next game. preseason, the next game in preseason versus Manchester United is going to happen in New York. So we are flying out today. Yes, we are flying out today. Big up Eagle. If Partey and Balogun leaves, we need to sign a world-class defensive midfielder and a striker. I don't think we're going to sign a striker this transfer window. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But there's a reason why I had Ivan Toney on the screen. So Ivan Toney in January was trending, because if you guys don't know, his ban allows him to come back and start playing football in January. So would you guys be interested in signing Ivan Toney in January? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Would you guys be interested in signing Ivan Toney in January? And is this somebody who you guys would consider bringing into the club? Because at this moment in time, I've been viewing some of these potential transfer rumors, and they all seem to be all over the place. They don't seem to really make too much sense. But this one here, it would make sense if we were able to go and get Declan. If we were able to get Declan Rice's transfer window, sort out our midfield, and potentially in January go in for a player who's banned until January. It makes a lot of sense to bring him in January rather than bringing him in now and have a situation where he's going to take forever to get used to it. It's just interesting to see. But yeah, let's go to the next thing right here. We got to talk about Eddie and Nketiah, all these guys that everyone wants to talk about, getting rid of them. But it's just like, do we get rid of Balogun, Eddie Nketiah, and Jesus and bring in a quality striker? No. We need to realize that it's going to be difficult to get rid of all those guys that we have in our squad. So Ivan Toney in January does make more sense to me than anything else. Let's see what else you guys are saying in the comment section. Get Zidane or any top class manager. Are we still having a conversation about Arteta? Really and truly, what are we doing here? Why are we still having conversations about Arteta? Why is Arteta still a conversation of amongst Arsenal fans? Like, what does Arteta have to do in order to win Arsenal fans over? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, because I believe Mikel Arteta in his time at Arsenal has had so much adversity. He's had so many question marks, and he's been able to show us lately what he's capable of doing. Mikel Arteta, I think he's one of the best managers in the Premier League tactically, and I think people comparing him to Unai Emery, like Rory was yesterday. If you guys seen him, he was comparing him to Unai Emery. Like, what are we doing? Why are we still making fun of Mikel Arteta so much? Why are we getting on to Mikel Arteta so much? Like, I seen this from Rory the other day. I just thought it was ridiculous. Why compare him to Unai Emery? Unai Emery, he's already shown that he's a better manager than Unai Emery, being able to overhaul this squad, have the trust of the board, have the trust of the fans. Unai Emery couldn't be able to do that. Yes, trophy cabinet wise, he's a better manager, but do you guys honestly believe that Unai Emery is a better manager than Mikel Arteta? Rory clearly does. Let me just play the video.
There are two managers in the entire Premier League that are better than Unai Emery. Only two. Yeah. Arsenal fans were really angry because I said that Unai Emery was a better manager than Mikel Arteta.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It really doesn't trigger me when people say crazy stuff, but in what world is Unai Emery better right now than Mikel Arteta tactically, ability to build the squad, ability to change a game, ability to impact the game? Yes, he's playing with a lesser team in Aston Villa, and he's done well to get them up there. But Mikel Arteta has been able to do stuff at Arsenal that Unai Emery was never able to do. Yes, he got us to a Europa League final, but we lost that Europa League final. He actually is getting us to play a better style of football than him. Maybe it's because we have better signings and we've been giving Mikel Arteta more time. But I don't believe if we gave Unai Emery that time, he'd be able to take Arsenal to the level that we have right now. And I personally don't take Rory's opinion on this. I fully disagree with him, and I'm not going to let him trigger me. I agree with you, even for life. I'm not going to let him trigger me. I think this is a ridiculous take, and it's one of the more ridiculous takes that I've seen about Mikel Arteta. But yeah, I think Mikel Arteta gets way too much criticism still to this day. Why? Why does Mikel Arteta get all this criticism all the time? It just doesn't make sense. I think he's done enough for us to trust in him and to back him as a manager now and for the foreseeable future. It's just my take on it. And the whole West Ham saga, getting Declan Rice over the line, I'm just happy it's over. We have a bunch of our transfers over the line, and I'm excited for that. Now, let's just talk about some of these other rumors, because we are linked to attackers. First attacker we're linked to, this guy right here, Moussa Diaby. I personally don't know about you guys, but I don't think Moussa Diaby was ever going to be really signed to us. I think they keep linking us to this guy, but we don't really seriously have any strong links to him. So why do we keep getting linked to him? I don't know. I think 50 million euros is a lot of money, and I don't think we're going to pay that money. Aston Villa might end up getting him, or Napoli, but Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal are serious about signing. I don't think we're serious about signing Moussa Diaby. And even though we all want a backup for Bukayo Saka, Moussa Diaby doesn't seem like the guy that we're going to get. You're not in for Lavia. Relax. Yeah, we actually are in for Lavia. I don't know what you're talking about. I know you're a Chelsea fan, but we are in for Lavia. We actually are in for Lavia. We already agreed personal terms with the player, and we just don't deem the 50 million valuation as respectable as what they want. Emery wanted Diaby. Skills. Yeah, Emery does want Diaby. Would you take Olise? I would take Olise 100%, but we're not linked to him. And I think 40 million is what they would want for Michael Olise. I would take that every day of the week. Last year their asking price was 90 mil. Yeah, they're on drugs. Big up M in the chat. Big up to you, my guy. Check Fabrizio Romano's tweet today. Let me check. So first, let me just check this before we go to Diaby, to the Lavia tweet. So apparently Xavi Simons has left PSV to sign for Paris Saint-Germain again. Paris Saint-Germain has triggered the 6 million buyback clause as revealed a day ago. And it's understand that these are his two options. In the case that Mbappe and Neymar leave, Xavi will stay. If they both stay, he will join another club on loan. So more than likely, he's going to stay at PSG because, in my opinion, Mbappe or Neymar, one of them will be leaving this transfer window. And I think it's going to be Mbappe who leaves. So we can forget about Xavi Simons. Even though we rate Xavi Simons, Arsenal fans, you can forget about him. It's not going to happen. Egal, there will always be criticism for Arteta until he delivers a major trophy. You know what? I understand that. But one thing I understand is criticism. Another thing that I don't understand is people saying we should sack him today or sack him after we just signed Declan Rice. That is my issue, Christopher Ward. I think that is my major issue. Tchouaméni is not for sale. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Tchouaméni is for sale. Xavi Simons picked PSG over Arsenal. It's not really, but if you want to say that, you can go with that narrative if you want to go with that agenda. But the reality is, his club had a buyback clause and they triggered a buyback clause. There's nothing we can really do. Even if we paid more money than the buyback clause, it's that they have a buyback clause. Let's not be silly now, right? But then, yeah, you guys wanted to talk about Fabrizio. Let's see. What did Fabrizio say? He's talking about Onana. We're going to talk about that later. Xavi Simons, more exclusives. Xavi Simons and RB Leipzig in the case that the decision Tuesday reported only is straight loan from PSG, no option to buy, no chance, 1 more year back at PSG. Okay. And then Onana, he spoke about Onana. That's not what we wanted to talk about. This is a Xavi Simons situation again. How many times is he going to talk about Xavi Simons? Damn. Lukaku, he's going to speak about Lukaku. Where's the thing that you guys are talking about? I don't see it. How many times is he speaking about Xavi Simons? What the hell? Man literally wrote a whole book on Xavi Simons. Harry Kane. Where is this Lavia tweet that you guys are talking about? I swear to God, he's done 17 tweets on Xavi Simons today. Frank Kessie. You guys remember when we were linked to Frank Kessie? I don't see it. Where is it? Nope, nothing. Chelsea signed another? Who's this guy? Chelsea signed another random kid for 15 million euros. Where is the Romeo Lavia tweet? I don't see a Romeo Lavia tweet. I'm looking through, nothing. No Romeo Lavia tweet. Where is it? I don't see it. There's nothing. So a bunch of Declan Rice tweets from yesterday. Still no Romeo Lavia tweets. Nothing, my guy. Caicedo. No update. Liverpool are interested in Caicedo, are not negotiating. Chouameni, what's going on, Chouameni? Chouameni said, oh, okay. Chouameni liked a tweet from Fabrizio Romano reporting that he's not for sale. Interesting. It's interesting. Where else is there? No, that's it. There seems to be no information on that from this side of things. Rob Holding, of course, we know Rob Holding was linked away from the club and he could have been sold for 2-point-something million. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens there, but no real update on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Mineral Mount. Lavia was what? Lavia video was the last tweet. What? Fabrizio tweeted about Lavia? Let me find this. You guys have got my head shaking. Oh, yeah. So he says Liverpool keen on Lavia, Chelsea still there, no Caicedo for Liverpool. Bro, this is nothing. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is literally him just saying Liverpool keen on Lavia, Chelsea interested, still no Caicedo. If he didn't mention Arsenal, I get that, but Fabrizio told that Chelsea are still in for Romeo Lavia. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. Chelsea are still interested in Romeo Lavia. Yeah, you know what? Chelsea might be interested. All of us might be interested in the player, but the reality is, in the case that Thomas Partey leaves, Romeo Lavia is the guy that we would be going for. Yeah, would be one of the first names that we would go for in the case that Thomas Partey leaves. Now, I want to know when Lokonga is going to leave, because we wasted our money on Lokonga. Lokonga was supposed to be as good as Lavia. Where is the links for Arsenal selling Lokonga? That is what I want to know. Because if you guys don't know, Lokonga was injured and he didn't head to Germany with the Arsenal first team as yet due to some muscular injuries. You know what I mean? If Partey leaves, we will move for Romeo Lavia, in my opinion. And in the case that we do get Romeo Lavia, I believe Lokonga will go. Plus, we're gonna have Cedric, Holding, Kieran Tierney, and Balogun all potentially leave. We could have a fire sale. But let's just look at the Arsenal team for a second, because I'm actually proud of this Arsenal team. I actually like this Arsenal team now. We have from who we have in this team right now, we can kind of tell who's not going to be around come the first game week. So Karl Hein is probably going to be our third choice goalkeeper. Cedric is probably going to be gone. We're going to have a situation where Rob Holding could potentially be gone. Tavares is going to probably be gone. So from the back line, there's going to be 3 players gone. 1, 2, and we're going to basically have 2 in each position. You're going to have Ben White, Tomiyasu, and Timber. You're going to have Saliba, Timber, and Tomiyasu. You're going to have and Ben White, I mean. You're going to have Kavior, Gabriel, and of course, you're going to have Tomiyasu. At left back, you're going to have Zinchenko, Kieran Tierney, Kavior, and Tomiyasu. Central defensive midfielder, you're going to have Declan Rice. You're going to have Partey potentially is going to be sold, but you're going to have Jorginho. I think Elneny's not going to play much, so it's going to be Declan Rice and Jorginho, and potentially Lavia if we sign him. Attacking midfield, I would view it as you'd have Odegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe, Pavio Vieira, and of course even Havertz in that position. I don't think Lokonga is going to get much game time. I don't think Pepe is going to be around. I think it's going to be Trossard and Martinelli. Up front, you're going to have Jesus and Eddie Nketiah. And then on the right, you're going to have Reece Nelson and Saka. That's why I think we need to sign one more attacker. I still am not fully convinced that this team is fully complete yet. We can still improve this squad a little bit more, but it's much better squad depth than the last couple of years. Let me know what you guys think about the squad depth that we have now compared to the last couple of years at Arsenal Football Club. I really do believe we've improved massively. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Iya, it was the last video tweet. I just checked that. Yeah, I just checked that. Lavia was a video. Yeah. Rice will flop. Okay there, buddy. Okay there. Rice will flop. Yeah, Holding, Vieira, Lokonga. Yeah, I don't think Vieira is going anywhere. That's just me. I don't think Vieira is going anywhere. I know Nelson's good player, but like I said, we will win nothing and finish third. Will you still defend Arteta? No, Obviously, you're painting the worst picture. If that happens, there's not going to be much people. But the reason why we're in this situation, saying that we're challenging for the league, or we're believing we're going to challenge this season, is partly due because of the manager. So why are we so like hostile towards the manager? It's just crazy to me. But look, I'm going to wrap this up here. There's not much more to get into. I'm just going to say this. My first team, my starting 11 next season, for me, this is close to what my starting 11 would be next season. So my goalkeeper is Ramsdale. This is my first team next season. I'm going to play Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel. You know what? I actually think Cavior is going to start, and Timber, when Cavior starts at left back, Timber starts at right back. So you're going to have a situation where Zinchenko and Ben White play, and then you're going to have other situations where Cavior and Timber play. But for now, I'm going to go with Zinchenko and Ben White as the starting fullbacks. Midfield 3 is going to be Ben White. Sorry, it's going to be Partey. Sorry, Partey's not going to be around. It's going to be Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Xhaka. It's going to be Declan. Why did I say Xhaka? I'm sorry. I'm losing my head today. It's going to be Havertz, Odegaard, and it's going to be Havertz, Odegaard, and Partey. It's going to be Havertz, Odegaard. Let's just create formation. Okay, so you're gonna have Ramsdale. This is what I think my best our best 11 going into next season. So we're gonna have Gabriel. We're gonna have Gabriel in our best 11. We know we're gonna have the front three. It's gonna be Saka. We know we're gonna have Jesus. Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli is going to be in here. I think it's going to be Rice. Rice is going to be there. We're going to have Havertz. I think it's going to be Havertz, and I think it's going to be Martin Odegaard in there. And then this is where I feel like the conversations can happen. Timber or Ben White? What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Timber or Ben White? Because Saliba is 100% gonna be playing. And could it be against big teams? Could it be Cavior plays ahead of? Could it be Cavior? Could it be that Cavior plays ahead of Zinchenko? Could this be the actual team going into big games next season? Because I don't know if we're going to play. We played with Cavior in the first game, or is it going to be? Because it does make sense. It's basically Ben White on the other side is Jakub Cavior, Zinchenko on the other side is Timber. Do you guys think this is going to be the team, or do you think it's going to be the same team, but just with okay. So this would be one of the teams, right? But say we do sign Lavia. I don't see Lavia starting in defensive midfield over Declan Rice and Declan Rice moving to the 8 right away. Where if we keep Partey, I could see Partey starting in DM and Declan Rice. It's just there's just so many question marks over what's going to happen. The transfer window is not over yet. It really does make me think that extra little bit of solidity will help. People saying Cavior, what the hell? Cavior might play as a left back. I wouldn't be surprised if Cavior plays a lot more left back. 2 spots, open 8, open 6 to say open. Yeah, so it's very similar to last year. But look at it this way. In the case that we have an injury, we almost have a backup for every position. So in the defensive line, at least. So in the defensive line, you also have Zinni. You also have so we also have Zinchenko we can go to. And then we can also go to Ben White here. So I don't know if you guys think it's going to be Ben. I don't know if you guys think it's going to be Ben White over Timber, but it doesn't really matter. We have two teams that can mostly interchange, and they can both be good in my opinion. So I'm happy with both teams. The thing is that midfield, how it's going to work, we're going to have to wait and see, because I do believe that's going to be how our midfield is going to set up going forward. We're going to have to wait and see how that works. But for now, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Deep inside, knowing Havertz is not that good. It's not that I don't know how. I just don't know how he's going to perform in that position. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not writing him off. I think it's crazy to write off any player that Mikel Arteta signs, because Mikel Arteta has made all these players look better than they actually are. But yeah, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. I'll catch you guys at 3 o'clock on Saeed's channel. So please do check us out on Saeed's channel. Love for the love, people. Make sure you do hit that like button. I don't know how many likes we're on right now, but let me know in the chat. Are we past? Oh, we're only on 68 likes. Come on, guys. You can do much better than that. Hit that like button. It's absolutely free. But we're out of here, people. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have another show later tonight. It's going to be a good one. We're going to have Hamza on. We're going to have Staffy on. We're going to have a big panel talking about all the latest transfers. But for now, I bid you guys adieu. Have a good one, guys. Out of here.